In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the reverse method on brown paper. The mosaic is created face down onto brown paper with a flour or honey paste. This method is used when a flat surface is required and your materials are of different thicknesses, perfect for floor medallions and tabletops. I use some stone, some smalty, some kismet, and even some stained glass, because I want you to see that you can take all those different materials and still have a relatively flat surface. Our first step is to make the paste. To make flour paste, you need a couple of simple ingredients. Of course, you need flour, about a tablespoon, a pint of water, and I like to add just a couple of hits of glycerin, helps thicken it up. Just going to pour this into the pan over a medium heat. Stir in my flour. We just want to keep stirring on a medium heat and bring this to a boil. It will eventually have a translucent syrupy consistency. At this point, I want to add a little agent to thicken it up even more, and I'm going to add some glycerin. So I can just buy this at a pharmacy, grocery store. This is nice and thick, kind of paste-like, and I'm going to decant it into this container. I have a couple of lumps. I can just work those out with a little baby whisk. I'm just going to pour this off to finish cooling into another container. Some folks just like to put a little paste on with a paintbrush. That's certainly an option. So I'll just pour a little paste into a lid of some sort. Then, if I know exactly where I'm going, I can just use a tweezer. Pop these bad boys down. The reverse method on brown paper is used when you have materials of different thicknesses. It's a very traditional mosaic fabrication method. I'm using brown paper that I just got at a school supply store. It is nothing special. I already mixed the thin set. You can see other videos that we have about mixing thin set. And the thin set's going to go on the back side of the mosaic. A trick is that I'm going to actually put some in a baggie. A handy thing with the bag trick is I get all the mortar down into one corner, and I can really control it and get it in all of the interstices, all of the spaces quite easily. So I'm really working at getting extra mortar in where it's lower, where the materials are thinner. I'm just spreading all of this out. In this case, I'm using a pretty good amount, about 1/4 of an inch or more, because I have so many different thicknesses. I've already done the edges. We'll talk about that at another time. This is an exterior rated board. I'm going to put this right on top, and I'm going to flip this sucker over. And now this is the back side. First thing I want to do is bang the bottom of the table. Then I take a tile float. Some folks use a board and a hammer for this step. That's fine too. And we know we have the right amount of thin set if we've got some gush coming out the sides. What do I need for this step in the process? Bucket of clean water, good tile sponge. I've mixed up a little thin set just in case something falls out. I can repair it on the spot. Some picking tools, and if need be, a little bit of a scrubber, and of course some paper towels. I want to wear gloves. This stuff is hard on my hands. I'm going to wring the water out of the sponge. I don't want it too damp at first. I'm going to just start dampening the paper. This is a nice size piece to be working. This is a little less than a square foot. I would recommend, before jumping off and doing a huge mosaic in this process, try a little prototype. All right, I think I could use a little more water. I don't want to use too much water at this point because the mortar is still pretty damp. So what I want to do is clean it up and then go back with a little mortar, but like I said, I mixed a little thin set, and fill in any gaps, and then I can clean those up. Okay, I can dig out pieces that I know are still down there, hair where the mortar bled over. Good idea is to take a photograph of your work before you do this step. Then you can really see if something is deeply embedded and you want to dig it up. But this is looking really good. I'm very happy with it. After we clean it up, we'll give you another look.